Let me welcome everybody. Let me make it public on my page.
Okay, I gotta get to the right page.
There we go. I'm about to make it public. It's public now.
It's public.
Yep. So you should be able to find it. It's Bishop Greg Davis. Not my like page, but my private. I mean yeah. Hello everybody. Y'all let us know who's there. Where you checking in from?
There we go. There we go.
You see it?
Yep.
I don't see it yet.
Bishop Greg Davis.
It's not allowed. It just let me share, but I need to turn it into a watch party.
You gotta open it. You gotta open it and turn it into a watch party. You gotta go into it.
Go.
Gotcha.
I'm there. There we go.
You see it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Gary, you got it?
Got it.
Gary, you got it? Manisha's coming in. Let us know where y'all checking in from. Louisiana. On Periscope, I see you. Facebook, let us know where you're checking in from. Share live. Good evening from New Orleans, Tiffany. On
Tasha, answer my phone. I'm gonna start a watch party for this.
You got Facebook already. You use Lola. No, I didn't. I got.
I want y'all to know that we're live now.
Good evening.
All right.
Share, invite.
Stand up, Louisiana. New Orleans, building, Phoenix, Arizona. Make sure y'all share, because tonight it's going down. We're going to deal with it on tonight. Yeah, you should be able to see it. Can you see it from my page?
Okay.
Yeah. You can watch from my page or you can go to his page.
Those of you on Facebook, y'all check in, please. Facebook.
Go to his page because then you can type in the comments. Well, you can type in comments from both sides.
Let us know where you're checking in from, please.
Bishop Greg Davis.
Hello, Dallas, Mika.
Dallas is in the building.
We're going to get started in just a minute. Tonight we have the Honorable Gary Sprewell.
Hey,
You know what? I don't even know where you live. Where do you live?
LA.
In LA. That's right. That's right. I do know. I do know where you live. You're not going out the house at all, are you?
No.
I actually got people that I know that have flown there today.
Are you serious? That doesn't make any sense to me, man.
I'm telling you.
People are still asking me to come and preach and do dates. I refuse. I'm not getting on no airplane.
They asked you to come do what?
People asking me to come preach. I'm not getting on no airplane.
Come preach where?
Everywhere. People aren't inviting you.
They know I ain't coming. I made it very clear on TV. I ain't going nowhere.
Well, Doc.
They only want, I preached in Dubai, UK, and Canada right here.
I understand.
But when it's
Those that had the
time
deal,
to go over to Dubai after we get past this, I will have my bag packed and ready to go yet again.
okay, we're gonna get started.
I think it's a good time.
Welcome everybody. I'm happy to have Gary Spreewell with us tonight. He is a prophet, teacher, evangelist. But tonight we're gonna call him Gary, and he's all right with that.
Absolutely.
And we are going to have a great we have another guest that's going to join us. And so Lola is going to lead the conversation tonight because it's going to be very interesting tonight. If I were you all, we have the red table, but tonight it's the red couch.
Yeah, and the red wall.
And the red wall. Go ahead, Lo.
So this is what I need tonight. I have a requirement. Everybody that is under the sound of my voice, I need you to come here today with your truth and your honesty. If you're not going to be honest and truthful tonight, get off the page. Leave now. It's Saturday night. It's 9:09. So all titles are going out the window. We're not bishop-elect, prophet, none of that is relevant tonight. We are Gary, Greg, and Lola. The great thing about Gary, Greg, and Lola is that we live under the Ark of the Covenant, which means we serve a forgiving God. If you showed up tonight and you have your judgmental spirit on, I need you to go take it outside and put it on the porch and pick it up at 11 o'clock when we're done. Because tonight we're going to deal with the truth. Tonight we're here to talk about Jada and Will's entanglement. For those of you that do not know, I'm going to play the interview and we're going to listen to the interview and dissect it. But at the end of the day, we're going to talk about entanglement. And I just believe, and I could be wrong, but I just believe you don't make it to this side of life. I think that we're in, some of us are in the second quarter, some of us in the third quarter. For those of us that have made it through halftime, we've had an opportunity to kind of regroup in life, look at some of the choices and challenges we've had to overcome. But we've decided that we've picked a path and we're going to live this particular path. We're in the third quarter of life. So we don't have the right to look down on anybody because the Bible says, and it's the last time I'm going to probably reference the Bible tonight. The Bible says, for all have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God. For all, not for some, not for you, but for all. So that means we're all as filthy rags before the throne of grace, which means we have been a part of something that we may not be proud of. But tonight, I even have a live studio audience tonight because I have some people that will be joining that will talk about their entanglement. But I just believe that everybody has been a part of some type of entanglement, and today we're going to get set free. So we're going to listen.
Some people don't want to be free.
Some people don't want to be free because it was a long time that I didn't want to be free. Oh, yeah, we're going to go there. Gary, you ready?
I think you setting it up real good. I want to give a disclaimer. I did not know the topic of this show till I was on.
Yeah.
But those of y'all that know me know I'm the realest preacher you'll ever meet. So let's do this.
This is going to be good. So I'm going to play the interview.
You and I decided we were going to take take our space, and what happened?
Yeah, and then I got into an entanglement with August, entanglement with August, entanglement with August, entanglement with.
You and I, this,
What are you doing?
Wait a minute, that's the wrong one. Hold on. Here it is.
This red table for me, just all the stuff that's going on in the press.
mhm.
I felt like it was important to come to the table to really clear the air. Somebody made a statement for me that wasn't a statement I made,
Mhm.
that went cray cray.
And one of the reasons why I wanted to come to the table is the media, the headlines. We specifically never said anything.
Yeah.
We were purposely not saying anything. Any headline that says Jada said or Will said or the Smith said is not true. We specifically never said anything.
Right.
So coming to the table was like, we just like, it got to the point where you got to say something.
Yeah, and to stop that cycle.
Yeah.
You know, there's people's feelings involved.
Right. Right.
You know, and at the end of the day, I don't like how all of this came to be.
Mhm.
That doesn't matter.
Mhm.
It's all love,
Mhm.
honestly. And I would usually not, you know, that would be something I wouldn't comment on at all.
Yeah.
You know, and I feel like it's a situation that I considered private.
You just feel like it ain't really nobody's
business.
Yeah. Yeah. But now Black Twitter has claimed it as their business.
But you know, I feel like it's healing that needs to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And I know there's a lot of stuff going on in the world right now.
Yeah.
Even though this is minuscule, I do feel like it's these kinds of things that create the world that we're in.
Mm-hmm.
And the idea of not communicating, not talking about it, not clearing the air, and just being as transparent.
Mm-hmm.
Just being transparent.
And I'm here with you.
Yeah, I thank you for that, because you've been on a hell of a journey with me. So that's what we're going to start with. This is a very personal journey.
Yeah.
That became very public.
Yes, absolutely.
For whatever reason.
So what happened, Jada?
Okay, so let's start with, I guess about 4.5 years ago.
Yeah.
I think it was about 4 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Started a friendship with August.
Mm-hmm.
And we actually became really, really good friends. Mm-hmm. And it all started with him just needing some help. Mm-hmm. You know, me wanting to help his health, his mental state.
Because for me, that was the thing
Okay, why don't we take a look? Why don't we take what we already heard?
Okay.
So
let's pause right there.
Okay, but let's go back to the part of when you're a public figure like that, it's nobody's business. Is that true?
So I believe goes on in the four walls of my home. What I present to the world, if I invite the world in, then I've invited myself for the scrutiny, opinion, the court of public opinion. But if I keep my private life private, then it's my business. So it all depends on what I give you access.
But it was private, because we just found out. I think that.
Did we just find out?
Yeah, we just found out when the boy. Yeah, when he did the interview. I mean, you speculate. I'm not talking about speculation. Gary understands, like I do, that people can speculate all day long. And you don't chase after, it's like a dog chasing out after cans on the back of the truck. You don't chase rumors. Yeah, you don't. Right. You let them just go away. And so it's like swatting flies. But
that's what I'll say.
I think that it's who you choose. You choose somebody that's immature and not ready, and they look how long he waited. He needed some sunlight. He needed something to put him out there at their expense. His name is not as great. Well, let me say, I don't know. His name is not as great to me as theirs is, because of what they're known for and everything. So I just think that I don't really respect him for even getting on there telling their business.
So you think he broke the code?
I think it's what we always say. I think it's what we always say. If you're going to do something with somebody, they got to have as much to lose.
Yeah.
If you're going to go after somebody, and you all know this, especially those that are on social media, when somebody says something to you on social media that's off, you first of all got to go see how many people they got following them, because you're giving them more. You're giving them more. I always do that. Before I go off, sometimes I do the Bishop Jakes on you, like when somebody talked about Bishop Jakes and what he had on, he went at. Sometimes you just get frustrated.
Right.
You know, this is my page. If you don't like it, then go somewhere. But we are public, and people have a right, or I can get rid of him. I just think that he ain't got as much to lose. And when you respond to somebody on social media, you always check out how many likes they got, how many followers they got, because you're giving them more exposure than they deserve.
So right now, because we have in the conversation, we hadn't gotten to the point where she discussed what it was that she was doing. So, but what we're saying, when you live a public life, the question is, are you okay with living in the court of public opinion?
But I think, let Gary and Anisha talk on the part that we did get, and that is, they said that they're only responding because it came out. Was it right for the boy to even tell it? And again, I think it's because of immaturity. I ain't got no problem with the one somebody younger.
Right. So let me give some context to this, because there's some people here that may not know exactly what we're talking about and what's happening. So there's a singer named August Alsina, and he was interviewed by Angela Yee from the Breakfast Club. And as part of his interview, he was kind of been telling his life story, his life journey. And a question came up about, you always keep your private life private, and people never really know who you're dating. But rumor that you and Jada Pinkett Smith had a relationship. Is that true? And so he answered that question. And in answering the question, he really spoke to how they were in love with each other, how he gave this woman years of his life. He even said that if I died today, I die knowing that I've truly experienced what real love is like. So that's the context in which we're speaking of. So he was asked the question and he answered. A conversation that I had prior to our live, anytime you do interviews, you always send your guests the interview questions, so there are no surprises. So when he saw that question, he had an opportunity to make a decision at that point to say, that topic I don't want to talk about. Or let's go ahead and talk about it. It's open season. So for him to make the decision to talk about it, to me, lacked character, because he never considered. My thing is this: what people do is your business. Nobody knows where the nose goes when the nose is closed. We don't know what people are doing. But when you have children involved, my thing is, did he consider the children that have to relive everything that happened? Maybe August is their kids' age. So maybe they thought the reason he was sitting up at the house all the time is because that's Jaden's friend. That's Trey's friend. You know, because he's 21 years her junior.
Oh, wow.
21 years her junior. So there could have been a possible, that's just their friend. So I don't even know if the kids really knew what was happening. What say you?
So okay, before I want to go back though, again, taking the piece of were they wrong? Was he wrong? And Mika says August snitched, and that's what I believe.
He did.
Okay.
Well, let me say this, that I just saw the clip that we're going to be dissecting tonight. I just saw that a few hours ago. I'm not familiar. I don't even know who August is, to be honest with you.
I didn't know him until this.
Yeah, I didn't have a clue, and I still don't know, because I didn't take the liberty to go find out who he is. My personal thing, and the reason why I have no interest, I had no interest, is because these people's private marriage ain't got nothing to do with me. I want to say on the onset, first of all, for Will and Jada to be together 25 years in the public light, kudos to them.
Mm-hmm.
They have done an incredible job.
In Hollywood.
In Hollywood. They've done Black folk in Hollywood. They've done, I think, an incredible job staying together, however their relationship works. And I think they've done an incredible job keeping their lives private, their relationship private. So for this to come out, I think is unfortunate. I don't know. And I guess we'll get into the dynamics of how this happened and what was allowed and what wasn't. But I want to say, first of all, I think that they've been incredible for the last 25 years, because we all know living in public at the minuscule level that we live at is difficult. For them to do it at the level I think it's incredible.
Yeah. Bishop or Greg, all this, I said, remember when we went to the Usher concert at the Palace? And the little boy that opened up for him.
Yeah, I think I got up and went and got popcorn or something. you know for sure I don't like pre-act.
Opening act. But that's
like opening act. So I probably paid him no attention.
Right. Neither did I, but I remember him.
That's who it was. That's who it was, though.
Yeah, that's what it was. And I just remember saying he had pretty braids because I thought he was a kid. Like, oh, he's pretty. He has pretty hair, but. If they came to my door and told me to say, give me one August song, I would lose everything because I don't know.
Yeah, I think this made him more famous for those of us that didn't know, because we're talking about it tonight.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So Anisha, welcome Anisha Sharp. She does relationship shows, and your Wi-Fi, I mean your connection is wonderful tonight. We see you live and living. So, you want to comment opening on it about do you think it was right? Again, I agree with Mika. I think he snitched. He broke the code.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with the gentleman on here as well. I mean, absolutely broke the code. Whatever people do in their marriage, that's their business. It's not our place to put our 2 cents into it, add to it, take away from it. That's their agreement. That's their marriage. The fact that they were off for a moment, they were broken up. So at that point, if they're both considering this is it, we're done, then you do what you want to do, you know? And I think people missed the part where when Will was like, well, I'm going to get you back.
We haven't got there yet.
Okay.
We're playing the interview. We haven't gotten there yet.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, so, I just want you to comment on the part about do you think he snitched?
Yeah, I think he's trying, from what I understand, because I'm like, y'all don't really know a whole lot about him, but from what I understand, he had a recent album come out. So I don't know if this is like publicity, trying to, you know, get a little bit of publicity around his album, because he was actually on her show a year ago. So I don't know why it's all coming out at this point, but I definitely think he snitched.
I think it's a little bit harsh to say he snitched without knowing their agreement. I'm assuming that they agreed to keep it private, but we don't know. 4.5
years, 5 years, whatever it was, Gary.
I think the rule should be whoever's the most popular should be the first one to address it. Before I have, like, if I'm dating Oprah, I'm gonna let Oprah say something before I say something.
Well, the thing about it is he was actually on her show, her Red Talk Table show last year, talking about substance abuse. So apparently there has been some type of contact within the 4 years. So then it's like, why is it coming out all of a sudden now?
But again, I just want to add some context. It came out because he was doing an interview with Angela Yee, and that was one of the interview questions. So he answered the question that was asked of him.
She took advantage of him knowing he had problems, but he should have said nothing. I'm saying this is what Paul Jackson is saying.
That's what. Yeah, she did. But did she take advantage of him?
Okay. No. He's a grown man.
Yeah,
he's a grown man.
I think all parties involved.
Well, they saying that because we're going to find out that he had Gary and Anisha that he was sick. They put it as sick.
Yeah.
Let's listen.
Go.
Let's listen.
It's all love, honestly, and I would usually not. You know, that would be something I wouldn't comment on at all.
Yeah.
You know, and I feel like it's a situation that I consider private.
You just feel like it ain't really nobody's business. But now Black Twitter has claimed it as their business.
But, you know, I feel like it's healing that needs to happen. And I know there's a lot of stuff going on in the world right now.
Yeah.
Even though this is minuscule, I do feel like it's these kinds of things that create the world that we're in. And the idea of not communicating, not talking about it, not clearing the air, and just being as transparent. Just being transparent.
And I'm here with you.
Yeah, I thank you for that, because you've been on a hell of a journey with me. So that's what we're going to start with. This is a very personal journey.
Yeah.
That became very public.
Yes, absolutely.
For whatever reason.
So what happened, Jada?
Okay, so let's start with, I guess about 4.5 years ago.
Yeah.
I think it was about 4 years ago. Started a friendship with August. And we actually became really, really good friends. And it all started with him just needing some help. You know, me wanting to help his health, his mental state.
Because for me, that was the thing when Aug first came around, he was really sick.
He was really, really sick, yeah.
And the outpouring for him from our family was initially about his health.
Yeah. And I mean, we all those different resources, you know, to help pull him through. And from there, you know, you and I were going through a very difficult time.
Yeah.
And we decided.
I'm done with y'all. I was done with you.
Okay. So, what we're finding out is that when he came to them, he was broken and needed assistance. So, as a family, they surrounded him to provide him with the help that he needed. But also, what was happening at that time is that their relationship was on the outs.
Mm-hmm.
Will said, I was done with your ass. I'm done. And let me let it play just a little bit.
No, hold on.
You have that, dog.
Hold on. So, first of all, I don't know about Gary, but I wouldn't have sat at the red table and even talked about this.
No, I would not have.
I'm talking about as a man. Because men, we can't handle it. You could look at his face and tell
He was,
yeah.
He was
sick about it.
They mean it. They mean it. Huh?
He was mad at her choice. I think
he mad, period. He ain't just mad at her.
He's mad, period. But let me ask you this, and I'm gonna talk to my sister right quick, Anisha. If we're dating somebody, and this is from the female perspective, and I want y'all to comment in the comment section. If we're dating somebody and we find out he's cheating, we have two emotions. One, we get pissed.
Absolutely.
We get pissed for a reason. Or two, we get jealous, like, dang. Now, if he dates down, not on our level, and he go get a foot dragging, a buster, a dirty foot woman, we gonna be like, what? We're gonna be pissed. We're gonna because it's like, how you go? That's what you gonna cheat on me with her? That's how we feel.
Right.
Now,
Absolutely.
if he dates up and get somebody better than us, and we look at her and be like, man, I see what all right, you know, then we become jealous, like, dang, it hurts us in a different way. I don't know how men to hurt and pain like that, if it matters. But women, when we see our competition, we either looking at her like, yo lost, bro, or dang, I lost one.
Absolutely.
We deal with. Y'all agree or disagree?
Absolutely.
I don't think that, but you using a woman's standpoint. I don't think, but you're not thinking like a man.
I can't. I'm not.
What he telling her is like the old folk used to say. My grandfather used to say, "You letting your slip show." This shouldn't have never been out here like
Right.
we got this thing, this open thing. We didn't had it for 20-something years. We've had it close to us.
What goes on in the house stays in the house.
Huh?
Yeah.
What goes on in this house stays in this house.
You was raised like me, Gary.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
It stays on the red couch. It stays on the red, and he's looking at her like, "You let this get out." But I'm agree with you on one thing. You let it get out because you chose the wrong one.
You chose the wrong
a
one.
kid. You
Child.
chose a kid. You got caught up, and then she's saying, "Well, if you hadn't messed up, then." So go ahead, Gary. Gary, Anisha, go ahead. Don't do it.
Go ahead, sis.
Anisha.
Yeah, so I'm always, and Bishop Greg knows this about me, I'm probably gonna have a different perspective. I think when people are hurting, I don't know that they're evaluating who they're gonna get entangled with, and she said she wanted to feel good. And I'm not saying I necessarily agree with her decision or however, but she said, I just needed to feel good. And I don't know that, and maybe y'all can, say what you think about this, or if you've ever been in a space in dating or in your marriage or however, where at some point you just needed something more. You're not necessarily evaluating, checking off boxes, trying to see if this is going to be a compatible fit, if they're going to keep their mouth shut 5 years from now. You're just in the moment, living your life, trying to figure out what you need. So to me, it sounded like Jada was in a moment where she needed something and she found it. They were already developing this relationship. And we all know sometimes in codependency issues, you can find yourself getting caught up in something. You're trying to heal somebody. Next thing you know, there's an attraction. You're trying to break it off, whatever the story may be. So I don't know that it's as simple as, oh, you got the wrong one. It sounds like she got caught up into something and got stuck there.
I gotta say, I would agree with you for a regular person, but at this level,
right?
This ain't her first time at the rodeo.
No,
at this level, you signing do not disclose.
Hey, listen,
you doing all at this level. You covering all your bases.
I do agree with that.
I think she chose the wrong one.
I think
I agree with that.
Will Eve said not only did Will look pissed, he did. I have to agree. He looked hurt.
He did look hurt.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I don't know if it's just hurt because she had an affair. Because I mean, it's rumored that they do that. But I think like you messed up.
It's embarrassment.
We need to deal with the why she messed up. What I know about women, because I'm one.
Well, Anisha, yeah.
What I know about women is when we're 100% satisfied, we're focused. Period. When we love and we're in love, because it's our natural instinct to nurture and to pour into relationships. And that's really where we want to be if we've given ourselves to a situation. So the woman, I won't say all, this is not an all statement, but I know for me in my household, if I'm asking anything or if there's something that I need, I'm going to communicate that to you. Jada definitely appears to be a person that communicates, in my opinion. Now, I could be wrong.
Yeah.
I think in order for her to get into that situation, and like Bill said, I was done with you. So there was a major disconnect in that relationship where there was a major void that needed to be filled. And so she began spending so much time with a kid. I don't understand any of it. But she began to spend so much time with a child that gave her the very thing she wasn't getting from her mate. And that was time, affection, and attention. And when you're not getting it, if you're not strong, you'll accept it from anywhere because you become desperate. Well, not all. And I think she was in a desperate plea and a desperate cry for attention and affection that she found it in a place that became comfortable, because here was somebody that was probably in their home running around with their kids 7 days a week. So he's there. And what 20-some-year-old boy don't try to hit on the older woman that's beautiful and attractive?
She is bad now.
Huh?
She is bad now. Jada's still good.
Right. Somebody said to me earlier, say, she didn't have all that work. She didn't have all that work done. I said, I don't care. The work worked.
But you know what? I think we're making the assumption, and I would agree with all of that, assuming they had a traditional marriage prior to this. It sounds like that they had an open marriage. So if that's the case, you just ain't had a side piece in a while. That's why you're looking to feel good again.
She made a statement in a previous interview where she said, and this was at a previous Red Table Talk, she said, I never believed in the sanctity of marriage. I never believed in the restrictions and the confinement of marriage. She just never agreed with it. She also said, I never chose to control Will. What I always told Will, whatever you do, if you can look at yourself in the mirror in the morning, fine. So she never put restrictions on her husband. And I don't know the restrictions that he put on her, if any. Because allegedly, they've had an open marriage for a while. Question, do you think Jada took advantage of the situation so she can feel good? I think she took advantage of her loins being satisfied. She had to get that loins. Now, again, tonight, y'all, we're gonna deal with the truth.
Why is everybody saying taking advantage of what situation?
No,
the boy is
1 year little boy. Let me tell you something. I said it last week. Once they purchase the real estate in your mind, they'll control the body for years. That man said, he said out of his mouth, he said that if he died today, he could die today and he's okay because he's known love like only before. That's what that man said. So
who said that?
Sorcery she did to that little boy.
Who said that? Who said that?
August.
Said that, yeah.
I didn't look at his interview.
Sorcery she did downstairs. But it got him ready to leave here.
I wasn't going to add to his views because, again, I don't believe in kissing and telling. He's a snitch.
Yeah, but I think in that context, with her not believing in a traditional marriage and all that, I just think it goes back to the original point. She chose the wrong one. It wasn't that she wasn't getting what you wanted from Will. You ain't been getting what you wanted from Will. You just been choosing better up till now.
You've been choosing people that can keep their mouth shut.
Yeah.
And I don't care what nobody say. That is my biggest issue, is that he is a snitch. He's a snitch.
Snitches get stitches.
No, I'm saying it for his own gain. Why would you even do that? You was enjoying it as the moment lasted. So why would you even? You could have took that off of the list to be asked and leave private. Why?
Absolutely. And if you all had been done with each other for a long time, like someone commented earlier, if y'all still married, you still married. Doesn't matter if you're separate. If you that miserable, get a divorce. The fact that you stayed in this agreement and did what you wanted to do tells me y'all had an agreement. Y'all gonna do what you want to do.
He was 21, 23. He was 21, 23. And people are calling her a predator and saying she took it. That is not a predator. He's grown.
No, she's not.
And he's probably more grown than him, huh?
Now we're assuming, because see, we have a perspective of what marriage is.
Right. Absolutely.
Parameters set with the Bible. See, we have an idea of what my marriage is going to look like, what your marriage is going to look like. We have an idea of what our marriage looked like. But when they entered into the sanctity of their union, I guarantee it didn't align with anything we would sign up for.
Absolutely.
I could borrow my last on that. So.
Absolutely. And I think that's where we have to, kind of pay attention to things. Everybody's marriage is different, and we can't say what would work for them will work. That wouldn't work for me, but for them it works. And for other people it works. I heard somebody the other day talk about, they were doing a live and saying it was a girl. She was saying she is actually looking for a girl to add to their bedroom, and her husband's okay with it. So, yeah. So I mean, everybody is just doing marriage however they would, like you said, sis, however they see it in their mind to work. And they're in Hollywood. Will Smith is an A-list actor. So there's opportunities for a lot of different things. So it's a different world, I believe.
It's a different world.
Why even marry? Just go play around. That's what Oliver said.
Yeah.
There are a number of reasons.
I agree.
It's a business deal. At that level, you're married for a number of reasons.
And I think they probably were in love in the beginning.
To have legal sex.
Yeah.
That's the church.
And I'm sure they were in love in the beginning.
That's the church. That's not Hollywood.
Right.
Sex.
Someone put in the comments, and I don't know if y'all saw it, someone put in the comments that she admitted that she cried for hours on her wedding day.
She did. She did. She told that she said her wedding day was one of the worst days of her life because she didn't.
Yeah, so I don't know if it was a business deal, if it was just a power couple, it was a merge of.
She did it because her mom, because she's the only child, and so her mom always wanted to see her daughter get married, and she was pregnant with Jaden, And so she was like 2-3 months pregnant, and because her mother apologized to her because her mother felt like because of the pressure she put on her, that was the whole reason that she got married. But she said, I would have never married him.
That's great.
Wow.
Well, I don't want to get too far into this, but let me tell you, this is the main reason why kids are crazy now. Confusion, the house full of confusion. Absolutely.
That's another part of the discussion.
Okay, this Kathy King, I totally disagree with you. I disagree that August is a snitch. It was his business to tell if he wanted, and he didn't know.
No.
Not when they no. Gary, let me let me ooh, listen. It is not his business to tell if it's two parties involved.
Yeah, for sure.
You always remember that there's two parties involved, and there are kids. Okay, I agree with you, Gary. Kids, man. Still, you were a willing participant. You didn't tell it then. You waited all these years, and if there is a CD or a coming out, then you're doing it for publicity because your project probably ain't enough to get attention. So now everybody gonna go listen to your horrible music.
You're not a victim.
Well, he said, he did
He-
mention the fact that this has made his reputation go down. He said this
He's
particular
lost
scenario.
money. He's lost revenue. He's lost.
He's lost revenue.
I don't
But you should have known that because he was going up against a giant. You can't go up against Will Smith and he running. You know, he plugged
It ain't even Jada. It's Will.
Oh, absolutely. That man was not a victim. We're not talking about R. Kelly here. He's not a victim.
He is not a victim.
But he just said he's not a victim. I just said I think he told out here.
All right, we're going to continue just a little more.
Yeah, we broke up.
We decided that we were going to separate for a period of time, and you go figure out how to make yourself happy, and I'll figure out how to make myself happy.
At that particular point in time, it was indefinite.
Yeah, I really felt like we could be over.
We were over.
And then what did you do, Jada?
Well, as time went on, I got into a different kind of entanglement with August. One thing I want to get clear about, clean up, one of the things that was kind of swirling in the press about you giving permission, which is, the only person that can give permission in that particular circumstance is myself.
Yes.
Let's stop right there right quick. She said the only person that can give permission on her entanglement was herself. She's saying that she can make any decision she wants regarding her body to give it to whomever she wants when she wants her body. Did I hear that or did I hear something different?
That's exactly what she was saying. But I mean, we know that's how Jada's mindset is. That's her standard. That's her stance.
Yeah, he didn't need his permission because it's my body and I can do what I want.
And I still say it must have been their agreement. They agreed to that.
This is about who she chose. That's what it sounds like. It sounds like more and more about who she chose. Go ahead.
Because wait, before you go ahead, she said I got into a different kind of entanglement. So what's the first entanglement?
Right, a different kind, which means now we are making speculations here, but we are going to speculate that this could have possibly been the fifth entanglement.
Maybe somebody younger, somebody younger.
Wasn't the first entanglement, because if this is a different type of entanglement, means that there was another type prior to this.
Okay, let me before. First of all, the word entanglement means, y'all know I'm big on words.
Right.
Called. Tell me, read.
Read.
Caused to become twisted. Together.
Start over. Take it from the top.
You see, Gary put his head down because this Church of God in Christ.
That is not church. You're not going to do that tonight.
Read, Doc. Read.
Again. Caused to become twisted together, or caught with or caught in together, twisted.
I want to apologize to all of my friends that are viewing. I did not know the foolishness. I was in
You watched the show last week. You did know the foolishness.
I didn't know it was gonna be this kind of foolishness.
He's like, let me give a disclaimer.
Huh?
I have a question to ask the general panel.
No. Let me say this before you ask the question. Just don't forget. Let me tell you, if you rewind what we just heard, Gary, and y'all, I don't know if they staging this, because the way Will sounds, when I listened to that just now, it sounds like this is scripted, like for real.
Oh, no.
I don't know. Will was his face tells the story.
One more time, because we didn't even got to the good part. Hold on.
Exactly.
Yeah. But what August was probably trying to communicate, because I could actually see how he would perceive it as permission, because we were amicably
Separated.
And I think he also wanted to make it clear that he's not a homewrecker, which he's not.
I'm thinking, so I mean, because this is your red table, and you like brought yourself to the red table. I think you need to say clearly what happened.
As far as what?
You and I just take our space and what happened.
Yeah, and then I got into an entanglement with August. That's what I said.
An entanglement?
Yes. Yes.
A relationship.
Yes, it was a relationship. Absolutely. I was in a lot of pain and I was very broken. Now, in the process of that relationship, I definitely realized that you can't find happiness outside of yourself. And luckily enough, you and I were also going through a process of healing in a much different manner. I would definitely say we did everything that we could to get away from each other, only to realize that that wasn't possible.
So we come to the red table. So I'm in the Jada position right now. So you know, you during that time launched into an interaction with August. What do you feel like you were looking for?
I just wanted to feel good.
He said, Jada, quit all this foolishness. You got into a relationship. You talk about entanglement. You got into a relationship. He said, what were you looking for? She said, wanted to feel good.
Now, did Facebook cut us off, Doc? Because I can't see the thing.
That's what I'm trying to see.
I think they cut us off.
No, they didn't, because I just put hello in there.
Okay. Well, on my
I still see us on Facebook.
It says the content isn't available right now on my side, so I don't know.
I still see us.
Okay.
It's still going.
I just said hello. You see it on the screen?
Yeah.
So
You good?
What you think, they cut us off because what we talking about?
Well, on my side it said content. You can't see it no more. It cut me. It took me off the thing. So maybe it's my side, but I don't know.
See it, Anisha? Are we up to date?
Yeah,
We good?
I see us.
Yeah, we good. I got a studio audience that's watching, and they said.
Okay, go ahead.
The young lady said that she got into an entanglement. She said it a few times, and he got so frustrated because he needed her to say the words. You were in a relationship. Now, let's deal with a few things. They were separated. He indicated that he didn't even want her anymore, because that's what he said. I'm just repeating what she said. What he said. I don't want you. And they didn't even know if they would even get back together. So one of my questions is her entanglement, based upon what we know about their relationship, is it even an issue or a problem?
I mean, I would say no. Yeah, I would say. And here's the thing, because people like to judge, you know, I saw somebody say, well, they were still married, so they should have got divorced. Well, they were talking about that's where the process they were heading to. However, we do know that based on what she said, as we continue to listen to the taping, Will has had some transgressions as well. So it seems like they both had, you know, these kind of breaks of whatever the situation was. So I just feel like it's their unique situation. I think Will is upset because, like y'all said, it got out. She chose the wrong.
Oh no, I think she was trying to say that she chose the wrong person. She chose someone that was 21 years her junior. And, you know, if you're going to do something, at least do something that's at my level or better. I think he was embarrassed. And the embarrassment behind it all is what really pats his pants in the bunch.
Well, I think that the whole situation is completely out of order. Doggone it. Get married to who you want to be married to. And when you don't want to be married no more, just get a divorce. You allowing all these complications into your relationship, what do you expect to happen? But in the context of what we believe their agreement is, they're doing what they've agreed to do. It was a choice. It was a bad choice. But from my perspective, the whole entanglement situation is a hot mess. It's a problem waiting to happen.
Now, I got a question. Have you ever been entangled before?
Now let's define entangled, because Greg defines it. Yeah, Greg defines it according to Webster, but what is entanglement in the context of this conversation?
Right, and that's what I wanted to define, because does entangled mean that I have engaged in activity with someone while I am still on papers? Does entanglement mean that I've engaged in activity with someone and they're on papers? Does entanglement mean I've engaged with someone that I probably shouldn't have, but it was good to me, so I continue to do it? Like, there's so many possible definitions of what entangled could be. It's really about what is it to you? So what does entanglement mean to you? Or could it be, I've engaged in activities with the forbidden fruit? Let's say that. So what does entanglement mean?
Yeah, I think the word entangled to me speaks to any type of relationship you know you shouldn't be in.
So what does entanglement mean?
Yeah, I think the word entangled to me speaks to any type of relationship.
There we go. I'm sorry. I turned it off.
Okay, thank you. Gary, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I think to me, the word entanglement denotes any type of relationship you know you shouldn't be involved in.
That's
any
good.
Relationship.
That's good, Gary.
That's good. That's good. Has anyone ever been entangled before?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, for the record, it was not with someone that was married, but someone that I knew I shouldn't have been with. Absolutely.
You know, I think as
we all have.
Yeah, and as adults, I think everybody has experienced some type of entanglement, and depending on how good that entanglement was, you've lingered longer than you should have, because it was a part of that intertwining. What was that definition again you had, Gregory?
To cause to become twisted together, or with, or caught in. That's a good
definition. That caught in part, that caught in part. Let's deal with that part. That caught in part of being entangled. That's the part that have people in places and situations and spaces that they have no business, because the caught in can get so good to you, it'll have you ready to leave here and go be with the Lord. That's what that young. That's what he said. I'm just saying what he said. I've been entangled before, and my brother has witnessed the entanglement and trying to break free of an entanglement, and it happens.
Yeah.
If you've ever had an emotion before, and you've ever, you know, I feel sorry for the brother.
Yeah.
And I don't, because he signed up for it. So you be careful in how you place the blame, because as an adult, whatever circumstance or situation you find yourself in, you signed up for it. So you have to be able to what came with that.
So apparently we have gotten cut off Facebook.
That's what I thought.
Somebody sent me. Hold on. Somebody sent me. Huh?
I still see us.
I'm still looking at him.
I can't see it in my picture. They can't see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not on your page.
No, somebody just sent me a thing that says the content isn't available right now. When this happens, it's usually because the owner only shared it with a small group of people, changed who can see it, or it's been deleted.
That's the message I'm getting.
No, it's
There's a group of people that can see, and there's a group that can't.
Shared it with a small group of people, changed who can see it, or it's been deleted. But I haven't changed anything.
are you all you know what? Maybe only your friends that are friends with us.
No, I made it public. When you make
Yeah,
it
'cause
public,
it was public, and I was on the feed, and it kicked me off.
it was public. I haven't touched it.
No, I understand that, but I'm saying because I'm your friend, regardless if it's public or not, I still have access to it because it's
But
in
I
real.
haven't changed it though. They did.
Maybe
did that.
Facebook did it just for your friends, because I can't see it no more.
Yeah, maybe they did it because of what we talking about.
Mhm.
Because he got power.
Okay. Is anybody? But Facebook is not even commenting. Is my point.
Right, I see that.
Yeah, I see people that saying it kicked us off. I commented. If somebody's watching from Facebook, comment. That's why I put hello in there. This never happened to us.
Yeah.
Listen, sis, we didn't get entangled.
Y'all because also remember that I was trying to log in before Aaron, but
Yeah, you
I said,
could.
y'all log in.
I see your hello at 9:57.
Yeah, but is nobody else commenting though?
Yeah, but I'm off. I can't get to it.
Y'all can't get to it.
Yeah, it says the content's no longer available.
I'm in.
You in it? Up?
Dang, we didn't hit a bang on it.
Tonight, man, and I got guests. I got guests that's ready to tell their entangled story.
Y'all go ahead and tell y'all.
And you know, I wonder if it's the topic or if it's the fact that we're playing that copywritten content.
But it's not music.
No, it don't matter.
Okay.
It doesn't matter though. That is their copywritten content. That's right. Red their brand. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Okay, she said we can see y'all, but not the comments.
Yeah, the comments.
That's what it is, Lola.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
That's their brand. It's registered to. It's their show.
So maybe the comments is what picked up what we were talking
It's a
about.
Facebook program.
Yeah, it's a Facebook program. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Wow.
We should have read them. They kicked us off because of that. That's it. Yep. It was a good idea. It was just the wrong place.
Good idea, wrong place.
I'm a preacher, baby. All right. Well, I mean, we still got it. But, well, we not gonna be.
I can see y'all. I can see.
No, we're still on YouTube. We're still on Periscope. You can still pull the content from there to repost some stuff. So we good. Let's close it out. Go ahead. I wouldn't play no more.
I ain't gonna play no more because we got enough. We got what we need anyway.
That's
So
what it is, Gary.
That's exactly
Whoever said it, that's what it is. Because it's their thing. It's just like music.
yeah,
Yeah.
good call, Gary.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's the man.
I got enough.
Okay, so the bottom line is we all have been entangled. I've been entangled, been in stuff. I'm like Gary, not married. But
Marvin just texted me. They kicked y'all off.
You told him why?
No, he just sent it.
Yeah. We all been entangled though.
Yeah.
And so at the end of the day, it's who you get entangled with though. Again, I go back to the conversation of it's who. And if you're going to get entangled, they got to have as much to lose as you do.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Number two, they got to be mature to keep their mouth shut. Number three, I say, if you're not, I'm with Gary, and I'm kind of a loose cannon. I'm a little liberal, but I think at the end of the day, if I'm gonna be married, and Lola, you know me, when I'm in a relationship or I'm committed. I have never cheated in a relationship or marriage. Never. Because when I'm locked in,
I know that to be fact for the ones.
In fact, when I'm locked in, you can't even get me on the phone. I go up under. I mean, so I'm like, and that's the reason why I'm single now, because I'm not going to marry somebody that I just cannot give my all to. I want to be entangled with that person. So I don't, hey, I'm not knocking, like we did in the beginning, I'm not knocking Jada and Will, whatever's good for them. We know they ain't church folk. They ain't trying to be church folk. So when we say that, we're not giving, you know, but at the end of the day, why even marry each other? You crying the day you got married. Why even marry each other if you don't want to really be with each other? Your kids are grown and weird now. So, I mean, me and Pastor Kim ain't been together in almost 10 years, and we still have text messages for the family group. We still do Zooms through this time because that's our family. She dating somebody else, you know, we ain't trying to get back together, but you can still manage your family and not be together. So they can't be together because of the kids. Maybe they do just like each other and they just weird.
I think they have a very.
I can't be with anybody that I got to go tip out on.
I think Will had made a comment in an interview, and he had said, you know, his lifelong dream, even as a child, was to be married, to have a family, to have children. And the picture of their relationship that they've had through the years has been his dream.
Right.
What he didn't realize, in him getting his dream, he was losing his wife because, again, she's indicated and stated that that was something that she never had a true interest in. And as a result, as he's getting what he's getting because he's blowing up in Hollywood, his business deals are going through, he has his picture perfect family, he has everything that he needs. But on the flip side of that, he's never paying attention to the needs of his wife, and what she desired and what she wanted, because she was like, I never wanted all of this. So one person got what they wanted while the other one was suffering.
Doc, we may need to end and go live again. My phone is blowing up. People want to know what happened to us. They were loving it.
So how do we do that? We have to
Just
I have to reset it for another time. Okay.
You don't have to. You can reset it for any time.
For like 10:10.
But you can go live at any time. Just put part 2.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go off. Let's go off. So I can send y'all a new invite?
Yep, send us a new invite.
Okay, let's go off. We'll be back.